Here we go. We're telling my followers that we started a video, which is good. Um, we have a lot to talk about today. A little interesting cadence here with my Instagram lives. Hello, everybody. Let's see if we can get Stephanie to come in. Steph, not Stephanie, Steph. Let's see if we can get her going. I hope everyone had a decent day. It's Tuesday, early in the week. It's been an interesting few days. So hopefully we'll get some things going. Let me see if I can invite her in. Just sent her an invite. Sorry, folks, for the slow ramp here. Let's see if we can get Steph in. Oh, there she is. So accept my invitation and be ready to roll. I know. So folks who are going to be joining us, we are going to be talking with Steph, talk about CBD, clear up any misconceptions, talk about some background, some intros, products, the company itself. Oh, there's Kristen. Hi, Kristen. How are you? Good to see you. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Let's see. All right, Steph, you're just going to accept my invite and you'll be good. All right. Oh, there she is. All right. Hello.
Hello. How are you?
We're new at this thing. We're new at this thing, right? So we can't figure this tech.
Oh, now I can't hear you. Oh, now I can.
Oh, can you hear me?
I don't need
Yeah,
it.
you can hear me now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Got it. Got it. It's just too many dogs, kids,
I
cooking.
know.
Yeah.
That is all happening right over there. It could explode any minute.
I know. I know. It could explode. It could explode in some drama fest that we
Yeah.
have no control over.
Yeah.
So, uh, awesome. Well, thanks for joining me. I'm so excited that you
You're
wanted to
welcome.
be.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I'm so happy that you want to be part of my founder circle. This is obviously, our launch for my subscription model. I haven't rolled it out fully yet to our Instagram followers, but they're definitely learning about it over time here. I'm going to do a little intro. So I'm Pete from Great American Nosh, founder of a lot of other Nosh entities, but we live by the tagline, eat, drink, and savor. And in this episode, we're focusing on the savor portion of our tagline, which really means wellness. And as part of that, I am bringing on with me Steph Kotsonis. I used to know her as Steph Healin, but that was many, 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 many years ago. And to throw you for a loop, I just did another look. We worked together 17 years ago.
I know. I know. So more than that, because we were both there for a while. So
We were there for.
I think you were the first person I had to travel with. Not had to, but traveled with. And I told you this the other day. That was a trip. That was fun. You were like,
I know.
You're still here? You're still here? Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Now we're going to live.
That's right. And we worked at the bank for 6, 7 years, I think, from what I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it's been a while,
Totally
and we,
different
you
than
know,
this.
yeah, this is totally different. I didn't think, given what our backgrounds, and here we are. You're an entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur, and we're talking about, CBD because honestly, like 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 4 years back, we wouldn't be able to talk about this. Honestly,
No.
it's definitely something new. I mean, it's not new in terms of people know about hemp and cannabis and the plants and stuff like that, but in terms of it being legal and
Yeah.
obviously being acceptable as remedies and other uses too. So I'm going to go get started right into this. So let's talk about how you got involved with CBD, and we can have our conversation evolve from there. And then, obviously, we're going to jump in with any Q&A if people have them. So,
Okay. So, well, Pete and I we were in the banking industry. I was a
mhm.
commercial lender for technology startups and was getting my master's in finance, I think. And then went on to be a stay-at-home mom, then went back into banking on the private side, doing mortgages, and then went completely in the other direction, which was more of just an interest at the time. So I swam in college, and then I started swimming again, maybe 10, 12 years ago. And I was trying to keep up with the kids and trying to keep up with everyone that was going a lot faster than me. And I was starting to have these aches and pains that I wasn't used to, and they were starting to become a problem. And then I started getting older, and I started having trouble sleeping. And then I started hearing about CBD for these two sort of problems that I was having. And so I started doing my research. I started asking around because I could see it was sort of starting to be sold everywhere on every street corner and, gas stations and grocery stores, and it was everywhere. So I did a little research through friends that I sort of trusted, mostly like other athletes, and asked what they were taking and why and where they got it. So I kind of did some research. This company that I'm with now, Green Compass, came up twice. Two different athletes, one from South Carolina and then one local. And the one local had done her research as well. And then she said that she was selling it. And I said, great, perfect. I'll just buy it from you. And she said, no, you're going to sell it with me. And I said, there is no way I'm selling anything. And I'm certainly not selling CBD. At that point, I was still like, I have 3 teenagers. I can't really do that. And
Yeah.
then, I educated myself quickly,
Mhm.
and now here we are. So that was about a year and a half ago. And
Yeah.
now it's a social selling model. So I do a lot of sort of consulting. So it's like word of mouth, and then we talk, and I kind of
Mhm.
help people pick out what they need or what they want, and dosing and hand holding. So it's almost like a
Yeah.
little consulting, wellness health
Yeah.
consulting.
So I mean, obviously, there's other people, other companies who do this. Um, what makes Green Compass? Obviously, talk a little bit about Green Compass, and then obviously what makes them different than the other either pretenders or competitors in the market now.
Right, right. So when I was doing my research, I try and eat healthy. I don't put that much into my body aside from good food. I don't have any prescriptions or medications or anything. So thinking about taking something that was a supplement every day was pretty serious for me. So I wanted to make sure that it was the best, that there wasn't anything
Mhm.
better on the market. So this was the
Yeah.
case with Green Compass. And so what's interesting about it, what makes a quality CBD really starts in the soil and with the hemp. So when you see it for sale at the gas station for a quarter of the price, you really don't know what you're getting. And there's a lot of
Mhm.
white labeling, it's called. So someone will just say, I'm going to create this CBD company. I'm going to name it like Wave Runner or something. And then you get CBD from somewhere, and you put in this bottle and your
Yeah.
little logo with your kid's photo on it, whatever it is. So what makes our CBD the best, the highest quality,
Hmm.
is we are a vertically integrated company. We do everything from the farmers and planting the seeds, to the bottle, to putting it in your mouth. So this is something where every step of the process is being done in-house, and they took a long time to kind of get this quality where they wanted it. So the company is actually only 2 years old. We will be 2 on
Hmm.
Saturday.
All
So
right. So a new company too. All right.
brand
Wow.
new,
Yeah.
and it's based in North Carolina, in Wilmington, North Carolina. And the founders are a couple that a woman named Meredith Cook, and she was looking for CBD for herself, for some sort of mood swings that she was having, and couldn't find a quality product, couldn't find exactly what was in the bottle. And so finally, and she also wanted to start giving it to her children for their some behavior issues. And so she said, we have to make this ourselves. So they
Mm.
had started so small scale, that it's really interesting to just see how it's gone. Um,
Yeah.
but the most of the hemp that comes into the U.S. is from China, so there's really no way to know where it's grown, where it's where it's produced, what part of the plant they're using. So we
Mm.
have it's called a COA, certificate of analysis, a little
Yeah.
QR code on the bottom of every bottle and every product.
Hmm.
You just scan it right in your phone, and it goes to like a 4-page lab report, the toxins in the soil, if there's anything, and the percentages and everything. So you can be
Yeah.
guaranteed what you're getting is.
There's an organic certification too, right? Is that
Yep,
right?
it's
Yeah.
USDA certified organic for our full spectrum, and now as of this week, our broad spectrum products, which I can get into that if you
Yeah.
want
Oh,
about
sure.
that
Don't worry.
next.
We're going to go diving into products.
Yeah, we're cranking through.
So I'll give you a little bit of break, and then I'll talk. So the reason why, obviously, I wanted you as part of our founder circle. Obviously, you and I reconnected, but really it was for me personally. I'm very like you. I'm really opposed to being part of taking a pill cocktail, meds and everything every day, and getting in a routine of doing that. And I'm pretty fierce about like taking no meds. But as I've gotten older, some things have popped up, maybe from sports or injuries or things like that, where and also with COVID, actually, there was another thing too. There's obviously COVID has kind of delayed a lot of doctor's appointments for me.
Yeah,
So, something that is, you would think minor, you're like, I'm not even going to bother going through the hassle,
right, right,
unless I'm going to the ER, right? But so, and some of the pains have popped up again, and originally it was for bursitis, and I took a steroid shot, which worked fine, but I was a little concerned about it.
right.
And I said, and I'm like, I don't know if I really want another steroid shot. It's
Yeah,
it's just, yeah, I didn't think I really wanted that. And believe it or not, I won't say who, but somebody very senior that to me that I know, it was a random conversation, and he said, yeah, I know that. I take that all the time. I take it for this and that. I'm like, what? You? Like, okay, I thought you were like a straight-laced guy and we're, into this kind of stuff. And then he's like, no, I take it. It works really well for me. Obviously, you've got to, evaluate it on your own. But so I was like, wow, if he's telling me, he's doing it, well, why not give it a shot? And obviously, I'm really more of in a testing mode. For a while, I started with the extract, which we're going to talk about,
mm-hmm.
and then really did kind of a test on the placebo, and if it was just of me being, in the head
Right,
versus real body. So I took
right,
a break from it a while, and now I've come back to it where it's working. And for me, that really meant something to me, and that's why obviously we're talking, because I'm
right.
like, it works for me. Now
Yeah,
you can talk about the FDA and give your disclaimer at the end as well, just to for
yeah,
legal purposes. But
yeah.
obviously evaluate everything on your own terms and what you're involved with, and obviously depends on your medical conditions. But
Right,
really, that's why we're talking, because for me it's a natural alternative to taking meds, and I don't want to be taking pills. So obviously the extract is a dropper.
right,
Um, one time a day for me, which is perfect. It's not a lot to do. So
right,
it's like,
right.
so that's why we're chatting.
Yeah,
And really I'm excited that, I found something that, for me, it's not a narcotic. It's not addictive. It's something
right.
that's really going to help me, ease the pain, really.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go segue back to you.
Okay.
And Green Compass doesn't just have the extract, which we're talking about. They have a whole ton of other products, right?
Right. Right.
All right.
And so just back to real quick what you said, where
Yeah.
you're not feeling your aches and pains. So our, the tagline I like, because of course people say, well, I don't want to get high. I can't get high at work. And I say, I literally have 3 teenagers and I'm with them. Do you really think I would ever have something in the house or something that I would be taking that would have any sort of psychoactive effect? And the answer is no. It's
Yeah.
two different plants, two totally different plants.
Oh, that's
So,
perfect. Yeah, we need to talk about the misconceptions. Yeah, that's right, because I've already jumped to the products. Let's talk about
yeah.
misconceptions of
All
CBD,
right.
because you're already talking about that. Like, no, we're not
Yeah.
getting high off of this stuff. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
No, 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 no.
Yeah. Yep.
That's a different store. That's a different state. Actually, I'm in Rhode Island, so it's not,
Yep.
marijuana is not legal down here at all.
Yep.
So the cannabis family of plants has 2 varieties. One is hemp, one is marijuana. We have nothing to do with marijuana. It's totally separate. We are only using the hemp flower to get the CBD. And
Okay.
so if you think of those 2 plants, so marijuana is high in THC and very little CBD, and hemp is high in CBD, very little THC.
Yep.
So that can kind of, I guess, segue also into the product. So when you are, the first decision you need to make if you're going to take the extract, which is our flagship sort of product that we can talk about, it's taken sublingually and you hold it for 60 seconds until it's kind of in your system. That's the best bioavailability, to take it that way, as opposed to, a lot of other ways that you could take it. But where was I going with that? Oh, so the full spectrum is all of the parts of the plant. So there are terpenes and flavonoids and other things in there, and there is a trace amount of THC. It's perfectly legal. You can fly with it. You can put it in your carry-on. You can give it to your kids. You can do anything with it. So the benefit of taking the full spectrum is that you're getting all the benefits of all those other parts of the plant. Really, the only reason you wouldn't take the full spectrum is if you know you have sort of an intolerance to THC, which I don't know how you would know that, but some people seem to know that. Or if there's a chance you are drug tested for a job. So, some police officers or anesthesiologists, things like that, usually steer clear of the full spectrum. But for everyone else, it's fine. That's what I take, and everybody else I know.
So if you get, so let me jump in. So if you are subject to drug testing, what would you take? Is there, you said there's something else that they could take?
That's the next one. Yeah,
right.
So that's the full spectrum I just described.
Yeah.
The broad spectrum is the all the parts of the plant, all the CBD, and the only thing removed is the THC. So you can take that and you're getting all the benefits of this. So that is actually now becoming just as popular as the full spectrum, and some people just don't want the THC in there. There's really no difference. But and then the third option is the isolate, which is just CBD taken out of the plant. So everything else is taken away, and you can take it, just knowing just that the CBD is in there. And
okay, got it. And
so
and so there's in terms of the full spectrum, and I know this because I'm testing with it, but there's obviously different dosages as well, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
So as far as dosing, it's probably almost better to start with dosing. So every person is different. Everybody, it's sort of your metabolism, your digestion, your size, everything. So there are no rules as far as you weigh this much and this is how much you should take. Because some people actually say that I'm 150 and this and that, but it is all about your system. So I know someone who's taller than me and bigger than me, and she takes 3 or 4 drops a day, where I take like a half a dropper full. So like, oh, actually.
Oh, there you go.
So
got some props. There you go.
Yeah, I know. I just took this off my husband's sink. So it has little measuring lines in there. So 1 ml, and then it has the four lines. So the average person takes maybe a half a dropper to a full dropper, where some people take a few drops. Some children may take less. They're very old and sort of elderly. They start very, very low. So I have dosing instructions, and I tell everyone just start low and slow. So take a high quality product, take it regularly, and start low and slow, because you don't want to take too much, because then you don't really know where you are. You don't want to take too much of anything. So if you start real slow, kind of go up, and then you're like, all right, I'm either sleeping a little better or feeling a little better, or this feels better, or I'm in a better mood. Then you're kind of like, all right, that's my spot. We call it your sweet spot, and that's where you stop. And then you
got it. And Kristen, who is a Rhode Island citizen, has a question on your opinion on drinks sold in the grocery store.
So I don't know too much about the beverages. The bioavailability, the way that it's going through your system, you're not going to get as much sort of bang for your buck, I guess, because it goes through the digestive tract, and you sort of miss all those. I find it kind of interesting. If someone gave me a drink and said there's CBD in it, I'd say that's fine, because you really can't take too much. You can't really overdose, or but what will happen is your system could get saturated with CBD, and then it's almost like a sponge. You fill it up so much it stops working. Like if you're trying to clean up a puddle with a wet sponge, it's not going to work. So
Yeah.
I am interested in the drinks, but that kind of leads me to my next, because the answer to the next question that I always get was a very different answer last week than it is today. So I am always asked if we have anything edible or gummy or gel.
I've asked that because I'm the food guy. So.
And guess what's coming out Saturday? Yeah. And
Yeah.
we are the first to do this with this. It's nanotechnology. I'm still learning about the technology, because usually people don't really, you would probably ask me how this works, but so they are the bioavailability with those. They've been working on it for a year in our own lab, and they've gotten it to the point where you're going to get the same bang for your buck as if you did the tincture under your tongue. And some people just don't like the feeling of something under their tongue. For children, this is going to be a great option. I have a friend whose daughter has severe eczema, like hard to, like, you just can't even look at her hands. It is her entire body. She's tried everything. And I keep sending her information. I said, you just see what happens. So she tried it, and 10 days later, she's like a new person. But it's tough to get a 3-year-old to hold it under her tongue. You can't tell like what's it's hard to hold it. So she just called to order more, and I said gummies come out Saturday. So she's like, yes.
Wow.
So that's kind of like a big deal, and they're USDA certified organic, which is huge. I think potentially the only one that we are aware of. So we're really, really, really excited about it.
Wow, that's interesting. And I love your analogy on the sponge. When you are doing these drinks, and it's almost like I think from what vitamin C, right? There are people drink like tons of orange juice, and it's like, but your body can only take so much vitamin C, and after that, it's just
already. So like, you're gonna take like 800.
Where you go with the rest?
Yeah,
that's right. So it's sort of the same thing. I actually I do remember that from when you get a little try to healthy and try to get all these juice, and you're like, we only need that much juice, not like the big gulp.
Yeah, too much of anything is too much.
Yeah, exactly. And I know Kristen's got some questions. She's a really good with her questions. So we're going to get to that, Kristen. So give us 1 minute. We're going to get right to your question on this. So in terms of the other products, obviously we talked about the extracts. There's a whole bunch of other products. And just for fun, I picked out 3 that really just jumped at me, right?
Oh, okay.
All right. So first one was the pain kit.
Okay.
So talk to us about the pain kit. So we got, I think we have a top.
You're calling a kit.
It's a pain kit. So that's what it said on the line. So.
So it's the reduce, right, in there?
Yep. Reduce, infuse, and boost. Yeah, that's right.
So the reduce. So we only have. So just to kind of go back to the products for 1 second, the tincture, which is kind of our bread and butter, which is how the company was started, and we went through that strengths and everything else, and flavors. So there's flavors, or there's non-flavored, or anything else. So the other sort of bread and butter that we have is the 2 topicals that we have. One is the reduce, which you just showed me, and the other one is called soothe. So I am addicted to both. Like, I have both of them on my sink, depending on the day and the sport that has been done, and whatever, or shoveling or anything else. So the reduce that you just showed me, that has menthol. So some people are just anti-menthol. I actually don't mind it at all. But the reduce is a topical that you put on as needed, joint pain, muscle pain, whatever you have, and it is a miracle. It is like unbelievable. It works like so quickly. And we also have a patch version of that, which I use my daughter whenever she has a soccer injury. I cut the patch in half, put one on. She always does the same injury, her quad and her like shin or something. So I cut it in half, put it on the 2 spots. And then the Soothe is a little milder. There's like no scent to it, but it's also used for joint, muscle pain, anything else.
Got
And
it.
that, like anyone that has any aversion to menthol, to use that. So that little
Got it.
pain bundle, I think they call it,
Yep.
has the reduced cream, that little tiny roller, which is called ice. People use, put it in
Mm-hmm.
their purse, their golf bag, their gym bag, or whatever. And if they have like little pain, I always point to my neck because that's my biggest
Okay.
problem area. And then the other thing is the pain boost. So the boost is a new line of products that we came out with. There is Boost Pain, Boost Immune, and Boost Sleep. And then we have Boost Metabolism, which just came out. These are basically all the other parts of the plant except the CBD.
Yep.
So they are kind of taken in conjunction with. It's like if you're taking CBD either in the gummy format or in tincture, it's kind of in addition to. So we were just away for a while. I was really struggling to sleep in one place that we stayed, and I had the Boost Sleep with me, and I'm like, that's just gonna. I mean, what is it gonna help? I don't know. And I had messed up my. Like I was taking one CBD. I didn't take it one night when we were one place, so I was kind of off. So now I'm like all in on the sleep boost. And
Got it.
And so, but then I'm home now, so I don't need it as much. But if I were to travel again, I would definitely bring it. So it's kind of like for travelers or anyone that has a weird schedule.
And Kristen had another question. Did any of those products in that kit, do they have THC in the kit?
So the reduced cream is full spectrum.
Okay.
I think actually the Boost doesn't have any CBD, but the little roll-on does. But you're not going to absorb enough from the full spectrum topically, like you.
All right. So perfect. So you segue into my next product because you mentioned sleep, right?
Yeah.
So here's a sleep kit, right? So you get this little sleep kit.
Yeah.
All right. So we got the sleep kit, and talk to everybody about how people sleep with CBD.
Okay.
I know I sleep really good now. So like.
Yeah. Well, a lot of so I think my sleep issues were more of a function of age, and it didn't make any sense. I was waking up at 4 o'clock every morning, and I had like a to-do list, which was so stupid, from like picking up the dog's like food and all these things that I had to remember to do at 4 in the morning. So it was driving me crazy, and then I couldn't fall back to sleep. So I told you my 2 reasons were I was having neck pain, and I was also having trouble sleeping. So I thought, right, how does this really work? So basically what CBD does in general is it goes into each of your body's systems and balances them. So it's not what you're feeling, like you're not feeling all of a sudden like I'm going to pass out, I'm going to fall asleep. It's what you're not feeling. So I would take that CBD, and then I was still waking up, and I thought, oh God, here we go. And then, but I don't even remember going back to sleep. So it wasn't keeping me from waking up. Like I was still myself, but I was going right back to sleep. So it helped me fall asleep faster. So it's bringing your circadian rhythm back kind of into balance. So you don't feel foggy, you don't feel sleepy. It's not like a sleeping pill. Like I'm still up at 5:30, 5:45, whenever I normally get up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, lack of sleep is such a big issue in this country. It really is. It really drives a lot of our health issues. You know, if you're not getting enough, if you're restless sleep, you know, like you said, you wake up, you can't fall back asleep, and all of a sudden you're on your phone or you're doing something, you know, and you've lost 3-4 hours before you know it, and it's like 6 o'clock, and then you try to get an hour's sleep.
Right. And what was interesting for me, because I really started focusing on the sales part of this after I did all my own research and my own testimonials. I started doing more of the sales, and that was in around January. So it was really starting to take off, and it was kind of exciting. And then the world shut down.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, how am I gonna do that? How am I gonna sell things and talk to people during a pandemic? And I have to say that this company is definitely pandemic proof, and the products, because I think a lot of people either they just weren't themselves. They were being sort of stuck in the house, and they were feeling anxious about it, or they weren't sleeping or anything else. And then other people had extra time to sort of focus on their health, and they're like, what do we, you know, or they were working out, or they're doing projects and lifting up the garage door and pulling out their back. So I learned a lot, and like my sales went through the roof, because it was like, you know, it was kind of interesting though. Like everyone
Yeah.
was really starting to focus on themselves. So it's been kind of not exciting and fun, but you know, a manageable. It was the good part of the pandemic, I guess.
That's true. There's good and bad, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if anyone is follows me, there's a we did a one-on-one like this a couple of nights ago with Gwen Burlingame from Beck and Ice Cream, and
Yeah.
part of my thumbnail is my COVID dog Ava. That's our new addition. Um, she's adorable, but that's our little COVID dog. So
I know everyone's got a puppy. Oh,
yeah,
segue.
yeah.
So we have the pet CBD.
All right, I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. So
Oh, you're
all
that
right.
up next.
This is for those dog lovers, and I know Kristen is one of those. This is the extract bacon for pets.
Yeah,
So
that is
talk to us
gross.
about this one. I want this flavor actually for my normal one.
Yeah, you're not the only one. People have asked totally seriously, can I? My dog and I share the same one, and the answer is they have a different diet. They don't need a carrier oil. They are a totally, literally different breed. So
Yep.
with the pet tinctures, it's really interesting because you know, so many people have these aging dogs, and you see the dog like with the ramp getting into the back of the car or whatever it is.
Yep.
So my customer base, most of the people that buy the pet tincture from me it's for their aging dogs, their joints, or they're in pain, and it works just like it does on a human, and it's like the spring in their step. I actually have someone now whose dog is 4-year-old lab, I believe, has been having so many seizures. So
Yeah.
CBD has been shown to alleviate the symptoms of that. So they're having really good success with it. And then so I've tried it on my dogs. They bark. They're rescues. They bark incessantly. They are also very, very scared of any sort of lightning or thunder or fireworks or
Yeah.
heat. You know, we have people that hunt geese near here in the morning. And so I was giving it to them for that. But what I noticed the most was with my older dog in the spring. Every spring, he kind of like gnaws on his paws and his like forearms because of the allergies and the change of seasons and everything else. And that was like alleviated to me. Like for that whole bottle, that was like worth the bottle. But the bacon is a new flavor because, you know,
Well, I mean,
customers demanded it. So,
well, you know how hard it is sometimes to give meds to dogs,
right.
and when there's a flavor like that,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. So you just put it right
Kristen
on
had some fun. Kristen said something funny. She goes, "I need Paxil for a dog." So,
Yeah. So that's, I mean, it is crazy, but yeah,
yeah.
so it's a higher strength too. So for bigger dogs, because people were giving so much of that lower strength was the original one, but that's the new flavor. It is kind of gross. So.
What was the other? I didn't see that. I forgot what the other flavor was. Bacon. And what was the other one for the
No, that
dogs?
was natural. No flavor at all.
Natural. Yeah. All right. Got it. Yeah.
Some people don't like taste. Well, animals probably could go either way, but we have the natural flavor for humans as well, and some people prefer that.
Yeah.
I like the cinnamon. I'm a cinnamon fan, but it's a pretty legit cinnamon. Is that what you get?
It's a maybe. I actually I don't mind it. I think the mint is more appealing to me. So yeah. I like it. I think I tried. I think I tried the natural, and then it kind of it was not. It was okay, but I was like, I got to try something with a little bit different, more flavor or something.
Yeah, I like the mint.
Yeah, it was really good. So I mean, you have so many other products too. I know we just talked about the three. Is there any others that you want to like highlight?
You know, I love all of the products, and I get to try all of them first, I guess. And the one I guess the one that surprised me the most is there's a little skincare bundle, and when that first came out, I was like, oh God, like I'm not gonna sell like skincare. What am I gonna say? So I was like, I got the little bundle of stuff, and then I have two teenage girls who have all their, you know, issues, and I was like, all right, everyone gets to try this, and I'm like totally addicted to it. Like we just traveled, and one of us ran out, and we were like all stealing it from each other. It's just really mild. So CBD reduces any inflammation anywhere. So if you think about it, the eczema on the hands or the swollen joint or whatever it is. So if you have anything going on with your skin, I'm not saying it's a cure-all for acne, but I do have a child who was looking a lot different right before she
Hmm.
started using
Yeah.
it. So it's really nice. It's very, very mild. So I think that's
Mm.
part of it. But I love it. So that's a
Awesome.
surprise to me. I think there are 30 products total. There's a lot of like add-ons that people usually like. There's a like a chapstick with CBD in it, which is like buttery. It's really nice. The little roll-ons that you had, the pain one, I think, and maybe
Hmm.
there was a calm one. There's a few of those which are great. I think these jellies that are coming out this weekend are going to be amazing. I can't wait to see them. And
Yeah. The
the
gummies. Yeah.
the reduce with the menthol in it. They
Yep.
actually, the other new product that we're announced that comes out on Saturday is a reduced roll-on.
Mm.
So the reduce, when you get that, like there's menthol in your hands. If you, and I've done this, I've wiped my eyes and it's like
Yeah.
you like
Yeah.
it's worse than like onions.
Yeah.
So it's a roll-on stick, which is great. So for people that
Yeah.
are going to the gym or whatever it is, you can just
Yeah.
roll that
Wow.
up. Yeah,
This sounds like a lot of fun. I mean, I could tell the passion. I
yeah,
mean,
it is fun. It
it
is fun, and
is.
I try and figure out like what am I? How did I get here? In some ways, but I think there is a part of me. So I've two girls looking at colleges right now, and they don't know what they want to do. And I said that's fine. Like you shouldn't know what you want to do. But there was a time like after I left the bank, and I thought I should have gone into medicine. Should I go to nursing school? And I actually thought about it, and then life got in the way, and I started doing other stuff. But I think this is like my little. I can't make medical claims, obviously. That's my little FDA thing, but
Yeah.
it's fun to kind of consult people and I always tell people if you have any concerns, any medical conditions, anything, or any other meds that you're worried about, talk to your own
Yeah.
doctor.
Yeah.
That,
Yeah. You can't mess with that at all.
no.
It seems like I would imagine you've had tons of training on that.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
We can't make, I have testimonials about all sorts of stuff, but we can't make medical claims at all.
Hmm.
But it is kind of interesting to see what happens in the next couple of years because this is still so new. It's only the Farm Bill was passed at the end of 2018, which is when CBD became legal
Yep.
everywhere. So now it's actually like a year ago, it was still kind of taboo. I was like, how am I going to tell my dad I'm selling CBD?
I
And
know.
but now I'm like, Dad, you need CBD. What the heck? Like now it's like getting more common. So
Yeah. Well,
I think it'll
I
be
think,
interesting.
yeah. Well, I think it was also, I think obviously there was pioneers in the medicinal marijuana space.
Yeah.
And, my mom tried it because she had cancer and she just didn't like the form it came in because she had to start smoking again, which
Right.
wasn't good for her. But, so I think that paved the way.
Yeah.
And now there's more options now. And
Yeah.
I think that wiped the taboo out. It's like, well, medicinal marijuana is good. That's
Yeah.
okay. So can we go to a non-narcotic version that would
Right.
almost get us in the same place? It may not
Yeah.
be as strong and so forth, but I get it. So
Yeah.
um,
And again, like they are two different plants and
they are.
there's no psychoactive properties at all.
Yep.
That's a whole different thing. So it's just, I mean, I think it's kind of exciting that it's been discovered and that you can use it it's like a cure-all in some ways. I was starting to pop Advil every day when my neck was bothering me from swimming. And I thought, I can't be taking Advil every day, like
Yeah.
it's every day. And so now I don't. That's all.
Yeah.
That's it. I just don't need it. Once in a while.
Yeah,
But
that's what that's what I wanted to avoid. I didn't want to be popping Tylenol, Advil every day. Get my steroid shot,
right.
every year. I just didn't want to go down that path because then you're
Yeah.
like then it opens up other things for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Then you're like, I have this and I have this and I'm not sleeping.
I know before you know it, you got like 20 things to take every day.
I
So
know. I know. I think
but
it'll be
like
interesting to see what like
yeah, it's
how medicine, how traditional medicine handles it, and
hmm
because I always find it interesting to hear what people say, like what their doctors say. They can't
yeah.
suggest it, but then they say, oh, but I'm taking it or whatever it is. So it's kind of interesting.
Yeah. Well, doctors always do a little black label stuff anyway. If
Right.
there's a they have a med that they prescribe for something, but they're like, oh, but it's really good for this, but it's
Right.
like not on the label. So it's like,
Right. Yeah.
okay,
You're like, which is it?
which is it? What do you want me to take here? And
Yeah.
then what side effect do I have to worry about that I have to take more pills for? So,
Right.
um,
Right. The side
so,
effects are scary, and yeah, there's zero side effects with CBD, which is
Hmm.
nice.
Yeah,
Nice. Yeah.
that's good. That's one thing I noticed is I didn't have any side effects. Just me feeling a bit better and obviously sleeping better and the pain gone,
Yeah.
which for me is huge. I'm a big proponent of sleep, so I'm.
Me too. So,
I mean, well, you have kids and I have kids, and I always tell people when you're a parent, you're chronically tired anyway.
yeah. Oh God, yeah. Yeah.
But when you
Last
cannot
night.
get, when your kids are actually out of the baby phase and actually can get some rest and you're not getting it.
Yeah, I know. And they're like, yeah, they're sleeping all day. Or that's the other thing too, is like I'm kind of one eye open now that everyone's sort of staying home and shut down. There's not as much, but when the kids are out late, I'm like, how am I gonna stay up till they're home? This is gonna be like a pain. I'm taking my CBD, but
Yeah,
yeah.
awesome,
Yeah.
awesome. Well, let me let people know. So, as part of Steph being part of our founder circle, through our website, greatamericannosh.com, when you subscribe, you are going to be eligible to go through her portal and to review and shop all you want and look at all the products that they have to offer. And she will be providing a discount to our subscribers. I believe it was 10%. Is that our deal?
We may have said 20 off the first order, or was it
20
10?
off the first. Yeah, all right. Sorry, 20 off the first order. I didn't even put that on the website, so I just left it
Yeah.
silent.
We
But
can
anyway, 20.
we can
Let's
discuss.
do that. That's all right. Fine. We'll give everyone a very material discount off the first order, and then continuing thereafter. It's up to you. But
Okay.
that's obviously one way to go look at some CBD products through Steph. I know Kristen had a question about that. And then I think it's Stephanie Katsonis, Stephanie.Katsonis at greencompass.com. Is that the other connection?
Who's gonna remember that?
Nobody.
It is. I'm like, wait a minute. And I do have my link and my Instagram, but it is Stephanie Katsonis .greencompassglobal.com.
Yeah,
I'll put it in the chat or whatever it is after.
that's fine. Yeah. Put it in the comments section.
Yeah.
But so folks, obviously you're going to see this in IGTV and obviously YouTube, but that's obviously where you can get it and obviously get discounts off of what we're talking about. Is there any more questions out there? I know Kristen's been peppering us, and that's kind of how she is. I
That's
know.
good.
I love Kristen. She's awesome, and she's got dogs. So, and I know she's got an
Yeah.
anxious dog too. That she probably wants to get the bacon extract in there.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see one of my kids is watching too.
That's right.
Yeah.
I do. It's funny. I do actually I have an anxious dog. He's a rescue too, and he has his moments where he just disappears into his cage, and we're like, "What is with him?"
Yeah. I know. I guess it's one thing if they disappear. My dog, like, he just shakes if he hears anything like thunder-ish. He just hides, and then the other one doesn't know what to do. The other one stares at him. So it's like, all right, everybody, line up. But yeah, I
Yeah.
just right in their food, and it smells like bacon and tastes like bacon. So
So you just put the extract on the food? Okay.
the
Oh, all
dogs,
right. Okay.
yeah, yeah. There's
Yeah.
no way a dog, unless you.
No, I know. I was gonna say there's no way I can hold the thing open and
No, no, and
Yeah.
60 seconds like that. No, that's not gonna work.
That's awesome. Maybe I should try that. See if that would calm him down a little bit. I mean, he's a good dog. He
Yeah,
has his moments where I mean, all the other dogs are not like that. They're all rescues too, but that'd be something to try. I think that'd
yeah,
be kind of a fun little experiment. See how he calms
yeah,
down. You know. You
yeah.
know.
See if it's placebo, like you had to check for yourself.
Yeah, I already know what he's like now, so
Yeah,
I could just see like we start giving it to him and see what he does, and
right.
if he calms down a little bit. He's just one of those. I don't know. The thing with these rescue dogs, you just don't know what you're really getting.
Right.
From a psychological perspective.
Yes.
Medically you can figure out pretty quickly when you go to the vet, but the rest of it you don't. So.
Right. I know.
Yeah, awesome.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yes. Well, thanks everyone for joining us. Thank you, Steph, very much. I'm so excited to be working with you. I mean, we got two ex-bankers here, two new
Yeah.
entrepreneurs.
Now.
I know. Look at us now. I love that. I love reporting to myself. It's actually it's a
Yeah,
nice
that's
thing.
true. It's good. It's all good. Yeah, definitely.
All right, folks. Well, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Thank you, Steph.
Thank
And I
you.
will talk to you soon. So long,
Okay.
folks. All right. Bye
Bye.
now. Bye.